friends, today we're going to create some op art spider webs. Op art is a style of art in which artists create optical illusions.
Bridget Riley is one op artist whose artworks have powerful illusions of movement. While the artwork remains still, the viewer's eyes and brain perceive that the image is moving.
The materials you'll need to create with me are a pencil, a paper, and a ruler or straight edge. Let's get started. I want to create my spider web in a way that looks like a spider web, but also gives the look or feel of movement. So to begin, I'm going to draw some intersecting lines using my ruler. They can go in any direction, but they're all going to cross in the middle. So there's one line that goes all the way across my page. I'll draw 3 or 4 more lines that intersect right in the middle. So I'm actually going to make a dot right here in the center of my line, and I'm going to line my ruler up with that small dot that I drew and draw a line all the way across my page. Every line needs to go all the way across the page so that we have an even number of spaces. Let's see if I can get a couple more in here. So my ruler doesn't quite reach this direction, so I drew 1/2 of the line. I'm going to slide my ruler over and draw the other half of that line. And I think I can probably get one more line this direction. Again, my ruler won't quite reach all the way across, so I'll draw the first half. Keep my ruler lined up as I slide it to the other side and draw the second half of my line. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intersecting lines. Now I'm going to create a repeating pattern by adding lines in the spaces between my intersecting lines. You could choose any type of lines. I'm going to use a pattern of curving lines. So I could do a wave here and a wave here, and I'll just keep making my waves to all of my lines. They don't all have to be exactly the same, but I want to make sure that when I get all the way around, I connect to the line where I started. Okay? Now I'm going to make the inside space a little bit smaller by mimicking these lines, tracing a line similar to them inside of the space. I want it to look just about the same as the line I had before, just smaller. And I meet that line right where I started. I'm also going to repeat these lines moving outward until I fill the space of the page.
Click that pause button whenever you need to catch up.
Now my picture looks like a spider web, and it has repeating lines that fill all of the space. I was able to repeat my lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, but I could have repeated them more often if I put them closer together. So that's your choice, how close you want your lines to be together, but I suggest at least repeating 5 times to use the space of your page so that it looks detailed and has lots of room to show movement. Right now my page might look a little bit like it's moving because of my curvy lines, but to enhance the movement and really make my page show that illusion, I'm going to color every other space within my picture.
You could complete this next step with pencil, but if you'd rather add colors to your artwork, then find something near you to color with. Crayons, colored pencils, or markers would all work great.
I'm going to use a black marker and create a pattern of black and white by coloring in every other space. I can start by tracing the first space in this row, this section, and filling it with color. Okay, my pattern's going to repeat around my center point. So if this space is colored, the next one is not. But this space will be colored. Black, white, black, white, black. I'm going to finish coloring my black and white pattern around this center point. I finished repeating the pattern all the way around my center point. Black, white, 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 black, white. It continues on forever because it's traveling in a circle. My repeating pattern is also going to travel in each of these lines coming out from my center point. So if I start here with black, the next one is white, then black, white, black, white. I made these marks to help me know which spaces I need to color in, and I'll do it the same way. Trace my space and color completely. One row of my pattern is completely colored in, and already I'm starting to see the movement draw my eye toward the center of the page. So now I need to continue with my other rows and that same repeating pattern. This row starts with white, so my pattern will be white, black, white, black, white, black. And the next row starts with black, so I'll go black, white, black. Oops, I made a mistake. I'm gonna leave that mark and I'm gonna pretend I didn't do that. So black, white, black, white, black. I'm gonna go ahead and color this space and think if there's another way that I can fix that mistake later on. The marker I was using was drying out, so I grabbed another marker to better fill in my spaces. If you want your movement and your op art illusion to be really strong, it's going to be best to fill your spaces well. So make sure you really take your time and color them in neatly. I've got a few more spaces to fill before my page is complete, so I'm going to keep working on it. Now my illusion is complete and the pattern really makes the artwork look like it's moving around. I did make a couple of mistakes in my drawing, like this spot here where I made a mark, but I shouldn't have. So one way that I could fix my mistakes is by filling all of my spaces that are left with another color. I'm gonna fill the rest of my spaces with this bright orange because they'll definitely stand out against this dark black. the rest of my spaces really changed my op art, and it helped to hide the mistakes that I had made. I can really see the movement going around my page and also drawing me in towards that center point that my pattern repeats around. What happens if you look at it closely? A spider web isn't much of a spider web without a spider to go with it. So check in for part 2 of this activity to create a spider that really stands out on your artwork.